Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence with Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is STEM Up. Hurry back and join us. I'm your host, Marsha Florence with Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is STEM Up. And we have three representatives from the STEM Up program. Dr. Sam Evalt, Learning Specialist, Katie Kraft, Career Pathway Coordinator, and Alvin Brewer, Career Pathway Coordinator. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Glad to have you guys here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, you know what? Let me tell you this. First of all, we want to thank you doubly because you guys were one of our guests at our third annual Health and Fun Fair event. And we thank you so much for coming and getting a chance to learn what we do here at Just Ask. So we wanted to bring you here today to give our audience viewers a chance to learn more about what is STEM Up. So, Dr. Evalt, can we start with you?
Sure. STEM-Up, we're a grant-funded project through Michigan State University and teamed with MRS. It's a multi-million-dollar project that Dr. Sung, along with Dr. Lee, Dr. Beatrice Lee, Dr. Amuchu, and Dr. Hung Jen Kuo, they pulled their research together and helped create this proposal for this grant study. And the grant study is aimed at building out careers, sustainable careers for individuals with disabilities from marginalized communities so that they can obtain a sustainable career in the STEM fields. Now that's STEM with two M's, not just one. So that's science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine.
Okay, so how is your involvement? It says learning specialist. What is your involvement?
So I get the pleasure and the honor of working with our CPC team, which is our career pathway coordinator. So thankfully today we were able to be joined by Kaylee and Alvin, who represent the Oakland County and Detroit. Now we're in 4 other counties as well, Eastern, which encapsulates Flint, Saginaw, Port Huron, the Wayne County, which is, or the Wayne region, which is, all of these regions are designated from MRS. Wayne consists of the Western Wayne County, all the way down to, is it Monroe?
Monroe County.
Monroe County. Then we have the northern tier, which is essentially, I'm going to do the Michigan thing here, so
Okay.
I apologize.
So you're going to do the
because
thumb,
I'm
okay.
not fully familiar with the
Okay.
counties.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much Ludington north, from the east to the west side of the state and on to the top of
Okay.
the lower peninsula. Then we have the upper peninsula, which is called the Marquette region, which will be served throughout the entire UP.
So you guys are actually covering the whole state of Michigan, looks like.
Mostly, yes.
Okay. How many offices are there?
There's only just one, and then
Okay.
all the CPCs are housed within MSU and their home offices.
Okay. So we don't want to waste a lot of time on. Well, we got more questions. So, Katie, let's learn about. Learn a bit about you. What's your role?
Sure. So like Dr. Sam said, I am the Career Pathway Coordinator for the Oakland region, which means that I receive referrals from the Oakland MRS offices. So all of the job seekers that I work with live within the Oakland region, and I work with them one-on-one to determine their goals and their needs and their career interests, and work with them to develop their soft skills and job readiness skills to prepare them for success in the STEM field of their interests.
Okay. And Mr. Alvin Brewer, where you come in here at?
I cover the Detroit Renaissance District, so that's within the metropolitan area of Detroit. Just like as Kaylee, I get referrals from the local Michigan Rehab Services offices within the city of Detroit. We work with them, job seekers, to do some career explorations. We also do workplace socialization skills and also employment readiness skills to get them to go into a career field within STEM.
Okay, okay. And for those who don't know what MRS is, it's Michigan Rehabilitation Service.
Yes, I'm sorry, we're
That's
talking.
okay. That's okay.
We're talking acronyms.
We all know that language here. Okay. Okay. So how did
Yes.
the relationship come about with Michigan Rehabilitation Service?
They're the ones that actually approached us, Dr. Sung, with the initial grant proposal and said, hey, there's this possibility. Can you put something together? And so Dr. Sung was able to quickly pull all this research together and submit it within some sort of record time, I'm certain of. And she's an amazing primary investigator for us to be able to be a part of her team.
Okay. Okay. Now, it takes a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, but it takes passion to work with persons with disabilities and know that they have not just needs, but desire to want to be a part of the community and the workforce or, just involved in a lot of different things. So my hat is off to you all for being a part of that, type of feeling to engage with persons with disabilities. So now I heard you say something about technology, engineering. So we're not just doing what they used to do, which was like, okay, we're just going to find you a job just to make sure you have a job. Now we're talking about careers.
Meaningful careers.
Okay.
Meaningful careers where they can be able to provide for their family. A lot of the job seekers we are working with are currently underemployed or not employed or receiving Social Security. So we want to help them change their lifestyle for their family, going forward. So this is a really good program.
Now, what is the age criteria?
Well, the age criteria is 14 and up, but the most important thing, they have to be able to receive services from Michigan Rehabilitation Services.
Okay. Okay. So they should be signed up with Michigan Rehabilitation Services first.
Yes,
before
prior.
they get referred over to you guys.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. That's a good thing. So are you guys also planted within the school system?
We are starting to do that right now. We're starting to do that work now, working closely with our different school districts within our regions and seeing how can we better serve the students with disabilities there.
Great. Great. Okay. Well, I tell you what, we're going to take a break, and we come back. We're going to learn some more information about STEM-Up. We'll be right back.
This isn't a workout video. It's about how LLS has helped blood cancer patients like me thrive and how your donation can help countless others. Please give today at lls.org.
And welcome back. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just not joining us, get your pen and paper out and learn more about STEM-Up. So as usual, I always tell you, you can give us a call, 1-800-323-5336, if you have a question about any of our guests that you see on the show here. And we also have their contact information at the end of the show in this credit roll. As you see on the table, those of you who have an interest, you can go to the QR code to actually contact and learn more about STEM-Up as well. So I want to get that out because some people who are computer skilled will see the QR code and can zoom in on that. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But those of us who can't, we're going to call the 800 number. How about that? Okay, okay, okay. So now let me ask you this. So, what are some of the things that people look forward to when they come to STEM-Up? So, Kayla, you want to answer that for me?
Sure. Yeah, I think what people really look forward to the most is getting that their needs met in a way that our program offers that a lot of others don't, which is that we really individualize everything, and we use data from assessments that we have the job seekers take, as well as the collaboration that we do with the MRS counselors to ensure that the job seekers are getting exactly what they need and nothing that they don't. So it really depends on their backgrounds and their, if they have certain education levels, what their goals are, and things like that. So everything is really carved out just for them. So I think they look forward to that, and I think they look forward to the flexibility of our program. We move at their pace. So the frequency of the sessions, whether it's in person or online, it really depends on their preferences. And then I think one of the major components of our program that they really look forward to is that paid internship that we offer at the end or towards the end of the program to really develop those like hands-on skills and that exposure to the field. And maybe even a job offer, things like that.
That's an incentive right there.
Exactly.
There has to be an incentive in there somewhere. So, and and I'm going to be honest, I am a past employer of the state of Michigan, Michigan Rehabilitation Services. So I enjoy employment services, and I thought it was very gratifying to help persons with disabilities have employment.
Exactly.
And my main concern was always safety first. Okay, so I always wanted to make sure clients are safe first, even in their career choices. A lot of people choose some things that they've never have experienced in before. How do you guys go about making sure that even if you try that they're safe, or that's could be considered, or if they can't do that position, do they actually have other options that they can choose from?
I think that's a very good question, Marsha. We discovered that as we go through the career exploration with the job seekers, because we have a great software that we use through Path4 Explorer that allows the job seekers to see the different occupations in live mode, if you want to say that, so that they are able to watch a video of somebody actually doing that occupation. It's not an actor, it's just somebody that's a live person doing the job. And from there, we can ask different questions. Okay, you see what type of work they're doing, see the type of environment they're working in. How does that work out for you?
Okay.
So to give them an opportunity to really see that particular career path versus reading it in text, they can actually see a video of it. So that's the most important thing. I think
That's
it's
great.
really great.
That's great. That's great. We have some photos of some work that you guys have been doing, so we want to make sure that we get our audience a chance to see some of the photos that you have here. So, whoever wants to jump in and tell us about this wonderful group of people right here.
The one in blue, Dr. Sung, is in the middle. She's the primary investigator and the head of the project, and it was through her and her team's research that we were able to be a part of this.
Okay, so that's the lady who wrote the grant.
Correct.
All right. I'd like to meet her. Okay, that's good. Okay, and who's the wonderful group of people here?
So this is when we got to meet with some leaders from Indonesia at Global Ties in Detroit. It was a really wonderful opportunity where we were able to go and present on the project and what we do, because all of these leaders do similar work in their country. So we were able to network and talk about the similarities and differences in our programs, and yeah, it was a really awesome experience.
Great, great. You never think about other cultures, what they're doing and how they do it, and then we all come together and figure out we all have the same passion and meaning to help people. All right, so what do we have here?
So here, this is the picture of our whole entire team who was at the Michigan Work Conference this past about a month ago. So that's the team there. So we just was able to interact with other Michigan Works associates throughout the whole entire state, promote our program, and also be able to network as well, because we like I said, the program is a couple years old. We wanted to continue to have it grow and everything like that. We want to get our name out there.
Okay, great. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, now, is this a familiar photo or
Yes,
not?
it is.
Okay. I think I can speak on this one, but Okay, so this is a day at our health fair, our third annual health and fun fair at the Eastern Market, and you guys were one of our sponsors, so we appreciate you coming and enjoying yourselves. And so who is this young lady in the end? I think I met her.
That's Alyssa Hernandez. She's
Okay.
our project manager.
Okay, hi, Alyssa. Good to see you again. Okay, so that was a wonderful time, and like I said, we appreciate you guys coming out and hope to see you all again in the future plans.
Definitely.
Look, you had a good time there, so thank you so much. So now, you get a chance to engage with the public. And let me ask you this, and this is maybe not one of those questions on the sheet of paper, but you got family members that are concerned about their loved ones being involved in the program. How do you connect with the family member, especially if the person is a young person, 18, 19, and the parents are still involved, saying, well, wait a minute, how do I check this out?
So I would say with that, so we have the whole enrollment process for STEMM-Up involves multiple meetings with the job seeker and their counselor. And those meetings are also open to parents or family members to join as well, so that they become involved in the process. We lay out the program plan that we've come up with so that they are aware of every single session that this job seeker will be receiving, and then they can provide their input as well. And then they stay involved throughout the process with us sending them updates, just like we send to the MRS counselors. Okay. So they really stay involved, and it's more of like a team effort that way.
Okay.
And part of it is that our CPCs work really well at building rapport with each of our job seekers, or what MRS would say is customers. And through building this rapport and this trust, that's our hope is to be able to make sure that they entrust us with that responsibility and that care to be able to help and provide these, whether it's this content knowledge or enhancement of existing skills that the job seekers already have, to be able to hopefully obtain that sustainable career within a STEM field.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
Exactly. And we know I always explain to the different parents and legal guardians as well, I'm a parent. So I understand your concerns for your child and the person that you might have guardianship over. So I also let them know, like, by me being a parent, I can understand your concerns. So I'm always transparent about, in regards to working with the individual we were working with, how the program is going to progress and stuff. We also let them know, the person that we work with also have legal rights as well. So some things I might not be able to disclose to you because of HIP and things like that. So we have to make sure they understand as well. There's certain things, certain boundaries that we have to stay within.
Great, great. Because a lot of times what people don't see is that, parents with a child with a disability, that child's got to grow up, and that child sooner or later will be on his or her own. The
Right.
parents may not always, live to see that child get to a certain level. So why not involve or engage the child now early on in programming and services that will help them fare better when they become of age to do so. And so that's important, and I believe that's part of what you guys beliefs are, to get people to be involved in STEM up,
We believe in getting that independence.
gain that independence.
That's
Okay.
the most important thing.
All right, on that note, we're going to take an independent moment. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with more information about STEM up. We'll be right back.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
And welcome back to the last half of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, every time you tune into Just Dance, you're learning something new. So we had our wonderful guest today from STEM Up. We want them to explain to you how to become involved with STEM Up, so that if you have a family member that you feel needs some assistance in job development, career path, this will be one of the wonderful programs you can involve yourself with. Now, we do know some of you know what Michigan Rehabilitation Services are, so you can go through their doorways as well and connect with them to let them know that you have an interest in STEM Up. If you have a question for any of our guests here, please always remember you can give us a call, 1-800-323-5336, or you can email me, Marcia at Just Ask Talk Show. So this show is one of those shows that, please consider the fact that if you're a parent with a child with a disability, or if you're a young adult with a disability and you feel as though you need some assistance in employment, so this is one of those agencies that will do that. So I wanted to say that because a lot of times people, get confused. They're out here wondering, I can't go to a regular high school or a job placement program. I want to go through something that will detail and specialize in what my concerns and needs are. And I appreciate you guys expressing that to us today. So we have one of the photos here that I wanted to talk about, and I think it was like a group photo of a session of individuals that you guys are working with. Tell us about this photo.
So in this photo right here, we are at Tech Town speaking to some delegates from Indonesia through Global Ties. And actually in this picture right here, I'm talking about our intake process. So once we receive the referral from Michigan Rehab Services, we schedule a date and time with the job seeker to go through the intake process. So the intake process, we're getting some basic information from them, educational background, more understanding of what their disability is, employment history, what are some of the functional limitations or barriers to employment, talk about have they ever received accommodations or modifications before in the past in school or even in previous employment. Then from there, we have them take several assessments. And the assessments is going to highlight and give us information about their strengths and weakness in regards to employment. Are they able to develop a resume or cover letter on their own? Do they need assistance in regards of going through the interview process? The assessment also gives information about their overall mental health. It also gives us information in regarding their social skills. Are they able to socialize with other individuals with assistance or without assistance? And it also gives us information on what kind of career path they want to take in regards of STEM.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay. So you guys are attending a job fair here?
Yeah, this is at the Michigan Works conference. Once again, we just sitting here sharing information to individuals that come up to our table and everything like that. I think that's me on the phone looking up some data for for one of the individuals that was coming up there asking some questions.
So do a lot of people actually come to the table and want to know what is STEM-Up?
Oh yeah, they do,
Okay.
because this is new. This is a new. Everybody want to know what we do, and especially seeing the extra M added on to. Normally, it was just the one M behind STEM, but now we added extra M,
Right.
which stands for medicine. So this is from there.
Well, I see the mascot's here, so is he mad or something? Or
Well, this is this is the MSU had a cookout for the Department of Education, and we took part of that. That's us and Sparty, and with our team there. So go green.
All right.
And,
Go green. Had to get that in there.
yeah,
Okay,
so
go green.
So that's with our team. We try to keep the morale high and things like that at MSU, and then going from there. So I think with this picture here, once again, it kind of ties back to the first picture in regards of us talking about our intake. We're talking about our best practice, and I think this is where we were kind of telling them, what works best for us based on our job seekers. We try to meet our job seekers where they at. I live where the area that I service is the Detroit Renaissance area. Some of the job seekers I'm working with do not have the full resources of having a computer at home or
Right.
internet, so I have to make some accommodations for them in order to get for the different learning modules that we go through. Sometimes we do face to face.
I did notice that in this video that there were sign language interpreters.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Wonderful.
Yes, it's all about reasonable accommodations.
So you guys are always prepared when you come into the fold of your clients, and you get the information first from Michigan Rehabilitation Services to know some of the background, so you can be prepared to how to address them if there are persons who are hearing impaired, wheelchair users, something with mental illness or things like that, different languages. So that's good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's, I think, one of the hallmarks that sets us apart from existing services that, and Marcia, there's plenty of services that also provide similar things that we do in terms of that soft skills or career enhancement. But I think one of the things that separates us is not only just the fact that, we can boast that we have Alvin and Kaylee and the rest of our team, but it's just the way in which that we can individualize that support that Kaylee and Alvin talked about is through the intake process, is that all of that data that we're able to do, that informal data of doing intakes whether it's in person, virtual, over the phone, or and then the 3 assessments of that allow us to capture even more data to personalize that plan. That's really one of the hallmarks of what we're able to put forward, and
So
as well as that support.
What do we do? How do we get the community and the family involved? Because the young person is like, okay, I want to do this first and foremost. So now we got the community and we got the parents. So how do we get them engaged?
I think the most important thing they want to do is reach out to your Michigan Rehab Services counselor. If you're not part of Michigan Rehab Services, please reach out to us or reach out to yours so to get in contact with us so we can have an open discussion and see exactly what their needs are. If they are connected with Michigan Rehab Services, kind of walk them through the referral process. If not, how to get referred back to Michigan Rehab Services so they can receive services, so they can be referred to us.
Okay.
And remember, we only serve 6 regions at the start right now. We have Detroit, Wayne, Oakland, Eastern District, which is the Flint, Saginaw to Port Huron area. The Northern District, which is Ludington, pretty much draw a straight line west or east across and go north to the tip of the mitten. And then the Marquette area, which is the UP.
That's a lot. That's a lot of area to cover, so a person can't go wrong. I mean, first of all, we like to encourage our viewers to call the number first, okay? Call the number and just ask, okay? Just ask. Did I say that? Okay. So just ask, and that's what we're about. We want you to feel comfortable in asking the question. No more trying to figure it out yourselves because you can't, okay? And then to learn that there are resourceful organizations out here that's willing to help. And in what capacity? It could be a variety of capacities, but you don't know until you Just ask. Okay, so I just had to say that. Now, I wanted to say something about this sheet here that you brought in. So you actually passed this out so people will know what is STEM Up and what the resources are involved.
Exactly. That's what
Okay.
they're kind of talks about. Our services kind of highlight what we do. It talks about going through the career assessment, doing the soft skills training, the employment readiness piece of it, and talk about the different modules that we cover, part of our program. So the modules are based on what we learned through the assessment.
Okay.
And then from there, then we customize a plan to move forward to help the individual prepare to
And
go
all
into the
that
STEM
information
field.
is available on our website. That's just a very condensed
That's
version
okay,
of our
because
website.
one of the main questions on here is, do I qualify for STEM Up? And that's the question
Yes.
that people first and foremost probably, look at and say, well, let me make sure I qualify before I come through the door and ask,
Right.
can I join this organization here? So we have this here, MSU working to increase career paths for individuals with disabilities with a $15.8 million grant.
Right.
Wow, now that's a grant. Now that is a grant. Okay, okay. So is this the grant that the doctor worked on to?
Correct. That is Dr.
Oh.
Sung's grant.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And I think that the grant is good through 2026. So we we got and the purpose and the goal is once the end of the grant that it's be absorbed by Michigan Rehab Services as an ongoing service.
Okay.
So that's the whole purpose of the program. Our main goal is to service over 500 job seekers.
And currently we have,
Currently, I think we're over 100 right now.
I think we are at 100 and we were at 111 last time.
Okay,
I heard,
111. So
I believe.
we almost we're quarter of the way there.
Okay.
So we're looking to serve over 500.
Okay. And you
towards the
guys
end
may
of the
get there
program.
sooner than you think.
I mean, I think hopefully after this show's aired, we definitely want that's the main goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So let us know. Okay. Okay. Let us know. I mean, this is a wealth of information that the communities weren't aware of.
Yes.
And how we all came about and met was a wonderful opportunity for Just Ask to help get the word out about STEM Up. So we're more than honored to do that, because we do know that there are services that people don't know about, and so you guys are a breath of fresh air for the community to learn more about you and being involved with MRS, Michigan Rehabilitation Services, as well as the combination of STEM Up. Okay.
Yes.
Will you guys come back and join us again?
we would love
Love
to.
We would love to. We would love to.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Hopefully we can bring some job seekers as well if they feel comfortable doing it, so they can share their story.
We'd love to have that. We'd love to have that. So thank you so much, Dr. Evalt. I appreciate you bringing your staff here.
They're
Kaylee,
the real stars.
They're the real stars?
Seriously, like the
Okay.
CPC team that we have are incredible.
Yeah. So
I encourage all job seekers that are interested to reach out, and you'll find that they are well supported with our CPC team.
Well, all you guys got stars in our books. All of you guys are stars. Okay, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know how I am. I always want to give you something food for thought, okay? So when I say food for thought, it's actually to encourage you to get involved in some programs. So at the bottom of the screen, you see our number, 1-800-323-5336, and some information about STEM Up will be at the end of the credit roll, so you have a chance to write it down. If you don't, give us a call, but definitely look at the QR code, scan that, all you people who are good at that. I'm not good at that. All right, scan that. So we will have them back again, and I'm your host, Marsha Florence. What do I always say? If you have a question about a person with a disability or just a general question, don't be afraid to ask. Just ask. I'm your host.